When you're using QuickBooks Self-Employed, it's a really awesome tool, but one of the most important things that you need to use and will help you is making sure that your tax profile is set up right. So I'm in a sample company, but I'm going to show you guys the process of how to set up your tax profile in QuickBooks Self-Employed. You're going to go up here to the cogwheel, and under taxes it says tax profile. So this is where you're going to set up your settings for this year, and you want to enter how you're going to file your tax return for 2018. So if you're singled, you want to select singled. If you're married, you can select married, and whether you're filing jointly, how many children you're claiming on your tax return, and then if you have other income. So if you're using self-employed to track a side business and you also have W-2 income, or maybe your business is your primary income but you also had a part-time job, then you want to make sure you enter your total W-2 income that's going to go onto your tax return. And so this is kind of your guesstimating, but if you had a job last year and you're working the same amount of hours, you can basically use the number from 2017 as far as your income. If you're married and you have a spouse, you also want to make sure you enter what their income is going to be. And it's usually easier to click this estimate for me on the tax withholding, because it's going to calculate based on what your employer should be withholding. If you have your withholdings set weird, then you may have to do an estimate. And then it's going to ask you whether you take the standard deduction or itemized deductions. The majority of Americans in 2018 are going to take the standard deduction. So it's safer to choose that. If you own a home and have charitable donations and a lot of different things, and you know that you've itemized in the past, then you may want to select itemized, but I suggest standard. So once you have that information entered properly in here, and you click save, that's going to affect this number up here. So this, when you click up here on this little pink box, right now it has a 0 because this particular file that I'm in doesn't have any income or expenses yet, but it's going to show you a breakdown of how much you've earned for the year and how much your expenses are and what you should be sending in for taxes. Okay, so when you load this quarterly taxes window, you will see the different breakdowns. Now, there may or may not be data down below because of if you're new to using the program or if you've been using it for multiple years. So anything that's projections or anything like that is maybe because you've had multiple years of information in here. So this account obviously has stuff from 2017 in there, so that's where it's pulling from. But you can see here on quarter one, it'll show how much your profit was, so your income minus your deductions, and this is the suggested payment based off of the tax profile. Depending on the version of QuickBooks Self-Employed you have, it may have this Pay Now button that you can connect because it's connected to TurboTax. If you don't have that button and you're paying just for the regular version of QuickBooks Self-Employed, then you can go to irs.gov and make a payment online. That way you don't have to mail anything in, and that will go towards your quarterly payments and you'll be all set. And I do have another video that shows you how to pay your estimated taxes online, so make sure to check that out.